Okay, let's unpack this. We're diving into some recent news about Primary Wave. They've made a pretty significant acquisition related to the music of the iconic band, the Cars.
Right, and what the sources are making really clear is that this wasn't, just one simple deal. It specifically highlights two different things they picked up. Rick Ocasek's publishing catalog
Okay.
and the band members' artist royalties.
Exactly. And for a lot of us, maybe who just listen to music, we probably think of the song as, well, just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in the music business, there's this really fundamental split in the rights. And understanding that split is, I think, key to understanding deals like the one Primary Wave made.
Yeah.
So our mission here in this deep dive is to figure out what these two types of rights actually cover and, why getting both is such a big deal for a company like Primary Wave.
It's fascinating, really, how the source material sets up that distinction right away. It gets to the core of how music makes money.
Right. So let's start with that first piece then, the publishing catalog.
Hmm.
When Primary Wave got Rick Ocasek's publishing rights, what exactly were they getting? It's different from the recordings, right?
Totally different. Think of publishing rights as being tied to the musical composition. So the song as it was written down, the lyrics Okasek wrote, the melodies, the chords.
Ah,
It's sort of the underlying blueprint, you could say, separate from any one specific recording of it.
got it. The blueprint. So the money, the income streams from this publishing catalog, where does that come from?
Well, it comes from quite a few places. Public performance is one, like when the song's played live or on the radio or even in a shop.
Okay.
And reproduction, that used to mean mainly CDs and vinyl, but now obviously it includes the huge world of streaming services.
Right, streaming.
Exactly. And then there's synchronization licenses. That's when the song gets used with visuals.
Like in movies or TV shows, commercials?
Precisely. Films, TV, ads, even video games. And believe it or not, even printing the sheet music generates publishing income.
Huh. Okay, so that's all tied just to the song existing as a composition.
That's the idea.
So that's publishing.
Yeah.
Now let's contrast that with the other part of the deal. The artist royalties. The sources say these are connected to something else entirely.
Yeah, these royalties, they stem from the sound recording of the song. So this isn't about the abstract lyrics and melody. It's about the specific performance that the Cars captured in the studio.
You mean that version, the one we know.
Exactly. That particular arrangement, those instruments, Rick Ocasek's specific vocal take, the unique sound of their recording.
Ah, I see. So the artist royalties are the payments that go to the performers, the band members here.
Directly to the performers, yes, for the use of that specific recorded version of the song.
Okay, so when their recording gets played on the radio.
That generates an artist royalty. Or when you stream their version on Spotify or Apple Music.
Gotcha.
Or when that specific recording pops up in an advertisement. Primary Wave got these rights from the surviving band members.
So, okay, this is where it gets really interesting, and the sources definitely emphasize this point. What does it actually mean when a company like Primary Wave manages to get both, the publishing from Ocasek's estate and the artist royalties from the band?
Well, it effectively gives them control over a much, much larger slice of the overall revenue pie from the Cars music. They now hold rights related to both the song's fundamental composition and its most famous recorded performance.
And the sources had a great phrase for that, something like a holistic approach,
Yes, exactly. A holistic approach to managing the band's musical assets.
which sounds like more than just collecting two different types of checks.
Oh, absolutely. This kind of unified control, it streamlines things significantly. Their stated goal, based on the sources, is to actively, promote, license, and curate the band's legacy.
So keeping it alive, honoring their impact.
For current fans and future generations, yeah. And owning both sets of rights makes it much easier for, say, a filmmaker or an advertiser to license a track.
Yeah.
One-stop shopping, essentially.
Which could open up new avenues for the music.
Potentially, yes.
And this brings up another important point the sources really underscored. Deals like this one are apparently a very clear sign that these classic music catalogs, like the Cars, they're seen as incredibly valuable assets now, right? Long-term investments.
Absolutely. It shows the market views these proven catalogs as stable, enduring assets that keep generating various income streams across decades.
They resonate across generations.
And companies are willing to pay, well, significant sums for that kind of reliability and cultural footprint.
So if we just step back and connect this to the bigger picture for a moment, understanding this difference, the song itself versus the specific recording, and who gets paid for what it ends, It really can change how you think about the music you just, listen to every day.
It really does. It peels back a layer on the industry.
It reveals these like complex mechanics happening beneath the surface of just hitting play.
Definitely. And maybe consider this. Knowing that one company now effectively controls both the blueprint and the main finished product for these huge Cars hits, how might that influence where and how you encounter their music next?
Yeah, could this holistic approach mean we start hearing classic tracks pop up in, I don't know, totally new or unexpected
It's
places?
certainly possible, something to listen out for.